Hello friends, today I want to recommend to you Magicraft, which is a delightful roguelike that I've been playing over the past week. Magicraft was released into early access in November 2023, so it's been out for a little while now, but the game has been getting regular updates, with a big one getting released just a couple of days ago. Magicraft is a bit of a combination of Noita and Hades. Of course, there are more influences than just those two games, but if you want to just have a quick picture of what you can expect, it's those two games combined a bit. It is a lot of fun. I've been enjoying it a lot, and today's video is a very simple video. I found the video game that I liked, and I want to recommend it to you. So let me go ahead and explain to you how Magicraft works, what it is, and then we'll just play it for a little bit. And that's it. I hope that sounds like some fun. Let's get right into it. So you can see here, I've played it about 16 hours. I've played a good amount. Here's my base. In your base, you can do permanent upgrades like any good roguelike does these days. You can just come in here and say, I would like to have extra HP in HP rooms, and then you use your little coins that you have gathered throughout your journey to upgrade that. And there's a bunch of other stuff here. Let me be completely honest, I'll leave it up to you to discover that yourself. This isn't super important. This game does have a story, although I have to say the story isn't particularly exciting. It is an isekai parody, but like many isekai parodies, about halfway through, it forgets, well, not even halfway through, about 10 minutes into it, it forgets that it's a parody and it just starts being an isekai. So, it's okay. It's not my thing. Maybe it works a bit better for you, right? But at the end of the day, for this type of game, the story isn't that important. And I think it's something that can be set aside. And that's what I've done. What is important, though, is the run. So, first of all, can I point out, I love that it says start adventure. It's not start a run, it's not play game, it's start an adventure. What a great use of language. So let's get in here. There are 3 difficulties that have varying degrees of unlocks. You can see that Nightmare has an under construction site over there. So I've beaten the game on, I haven't beaten Nightmare. That was added just a couple of days ago. I've beaten Hard. And Nightmare, I expect there to not really be that much yet, right? But there are 4 stages. We're going to just play normal. I don't want to spoil too much, right? So we're going to keep it simple. But I would honestly say that hard is like the best way to play this game. It's just kind of the most enjoyable to me. Well, actually, I guess I haven't played that much Nightmare yet because it is so new. All right, here we are. So you can see this is our wand. We use it to shoot stuff. And then our opponents just dropped something. We have a menu. Very good. In this menu, we can modify our wand. So we have the damaged Excalibur wand. It has 50 mana, which we can also see down here. This is our mana. It has mana region of 10. So as you can see, when we use our wand, when we shoot projectiles, we use up mana, and then we also regenerate mana at the same time. And then it has a cast interval and a cooldown. The cast interval defines how quickly you shoot your 3 projectiles. So if I only had 1, then we are only relying on the cooldown. But if I add all of this in here, you can see they're going to be shot much quicker. Fairly straightforward. You can see I can modify what things are in the wand. So this one has 4 slots. If I want to, I can put this in here. Or I can put this in here. Or I can, of course, do a combination of both. And this way you can modify your wands. And there are lots and lots and lots of fun upgrades. In the bottom left corner, we also have a bunch of progression stuff. You can ignore those top 3 right now. Then we've got coins, which we're going to need to open up chests and doors. And then we have gold, which we can use at shops. All fairly straightforward. We die if we drop to 0 HP, and then our run is over. And we need mana to cast spells. And that's about it. We will travel through our adventure, always clearing rooms and then picking one of 2 doors. Let's go ahead and head in here. This is a spell room. This will let us pick a new spell after we clear it. Although our damage output is a little lacking right now, it seems. All right, let's put maybe this in. So this is a bit of a more dangerous spell. This does a bit more damage, but it also uses more mana, which is always something to be kept in mind, right? We don't want to burn through our resources too quickly. Because if we do that, well, then we won't have any left to cast. So I could just take these out. That way I'm only using my powerful spell. Maybe a bit better for now. Alright, let's see what we get here. Okay then, so we've got Resonance Rune, Hover, and Time Duration Enhanced. I'm just gonna pick some of these. Don't worry about them yet. Those aren't particularly exciting right now. I will explain. Don't worry. It's just those are more useful after we have a couple of other upgrades, right? Alright, come in here. We're gonna go ahead and bonk this guy a little bit. You can see the enemies are all kinds of weird little things. Honestly, I like the art style, the visuals of this game quite a lot. Well, maybe the characters not so much, right? The humanoid characters that we're playing, those are okay. But I do very much enjoy the enemies and the little world that we're fighting in the rooms. I think it's delightful. So, we get a rare spell here. Let's pick that one up. And then we've got Floating Wisps again, so we have that twice. What's our rare spell? Lightning Dash. Hey, well, that's exciting, isn't it? Very fun. Oh, wow, we're just dashing all over the place. Let's go into a shop. In a shop, we can buy a couple of things. So usually there's some health and then keys. And then up here are some spells and then also a wand. This one is great. Mana point consumption for all wands is 80%. So this makes our other wands better. How fantastic. We'll definitely get this one. And then Lightning Dash. We already have a Lightning Dash. I can also come in over here and I can re-roll this stuff if I want to. It doesn't cost anything to do so. Usually isn't a reason to not do it. Ooh, Shadow Serpent. Do I do it? Alright, I'll pick it up. This is a very powerful spell that we can do fun stuff with. Alright, talking about fun stuff, we're zooming. Look at that. So, spell duration 2. What this does is it makes our spell last a little while longer. I am not sure how this is going to impact this. Oh, I know it worked the way I thought it might. So you can see I've now enhanced the spell. I could also add Hover. Let's see what happens then. Alright, so we are still bouncing around. And then we just stay in place for a little while. Fun. Alright then. Let's get ourselves into a Relic room. By the way, I'm not sure this is actually good for fighting, but I guess we're finding that out right now. It has a bit of a cooldown before being used again. That sort of makes sense, because otherwise you might just stay invincible for fairly lengthy periods of time. Alright, well, let's kind of just keep bouncing around. What a spell. Alright then. This right here will give us a Relic. So these are just like passive upgrades, right? It expands the effect radius. Each time we use a potion, we get a chance to use a new potion. Look at this. I should make our lightning here a little bit bigger, no? Oh, I can move around in it. Very exciting. All right, coin room or Relic room. I have to say, I would recommend that you prioritize the coin rooms. I don't think I actually want this hover. Let's take that out. I think the coin rooms are generally super useful because there's a lot you can do with coins, with money. I mean, I know, big surprise. But it's just a nice way of going about it. Wow, what a spell this is. Crazy. Yeah, I've played this game for a while. As you saw, 16 hours. But I haven't actually gotten to do everything yet, because there is a lot to do. There's a lot to do. Alright, hello there. We're just kind of gonna bonk. Although I gotta say, as fun as this is, this might not be the most effective way of doing things. So maybe we can just go for this Ghost Flame. This is a bit easier to aim, mostly. Although even that is a bit limited, isn't it? Oh, we got him. Took him down. Get rid of the spider. And then we get to pick another thing. So this wand is a special wand. There are a couple of these. They come with secondary slots where they have a condition where every time we cast a spell, we gain 4 energy for this. And then we can put a spell in there that will then automatically be cast. Admittedly, I'm not a huge fan of this with these kind of... Because one of the problems they have is they only have a couple of slots. You can see this one has a lot more. And we actually care about the slots. They do matter quite a bit. And you're about to see why. So here we are. Oh, this is actually interesting. We got a little secret room. Maybe we can start with that. So in the secret room, we can go in and we can upgrade our spells. So I could add 3 of these and then fuse them together and then we'll see what we get. Penetration and then upgraded penetration. So you can see this has this little star up here, which makes it a more powerful version of that same spell. We can upgrade spells by having triples. So if we had 3 lightning dashes, we can turn it into lightning dash plus. And then if we have 3 lightning dashes plus, we can turn it into lightning dash plus plus. A little bit like an auto chess, isn't it? It's cute. It's cute. It's a nice way of doing things. It makes it so that you're kind of like hunting down the proper spells. Now, I don't really like this one right here. So let's go ahead and get rid of it. Fuse. I don't know. Let's see if we can find something that's actually useful. Oh my god. Friends, we're doing a Shadow Serpent build. I wasn't planning on doing a Shadow Serpent build, but we are doing a Shadow Serpent build. So, Shadow Serpent is a very powerful spell. It does this, it summons a little serpent, and it just kind of like goes flying. By itself, not the most impressive thing in the world, because they just kind of fly off into the distance. But there are a couple of ways to use that. Now, we need specific upgrades to really make that happen. So, let's go looking. Orbit is one of them. Perfect. Do I have rares? Yes, I do have rares. So... what's this? Spell damage times 80%. When hitting the enemy, the spell will bounce to units within 4 meters, reflecting 2 times. Interesting. Let's try that out. It's actually a new upgrade. I haven't had a chance to use this yet. Huh. But we lose track of it this way, right? It just kind of leaves. What happens if we combine this with Orbit? So Orbit makes them circle around us. And if we hit them... ah, okay. Yeah. Then the reflection doesn't do anything. All right, let's reroll this some more. Echo, that's fine. Charge mode. Oh, I'm out of money. This costs money. This is why we care about money. This is why we care about money. All right, this is actually kind of fine. So what we can do now is charge mode. We can hold to shoot accumulated spells. And then you can see we get a whole bunch of these and they're now circling around us, which is just kind of very, very powerful. Let's go on to the next room. We gotta get ourselves a bunch more money before we really get to use this. And to be honest, right now, this is maybe not the best spell for us to be using. We do have Meteor, which is also pretty nice. So this just summons a Meteor down and does some damage. It does get a bit funky if you like combine it with Orbit. And this is honestly the best part of this game. I love how you can create all of these strange, bizarre combinations where it doesn't really necessarily even make sense to do it, but I love that the game lets you do it. Right? That's great. We can maybe channel a couple of these. Ooh, that's nice. And another Meteor and Core Thunder. I'm just getting those because they are rares. As you can saw, we can re-roll them, and re-rolling rares, well, gives us more rares. And I like that because there are a couple of spells in there that are very strong. All right, go ahead and shoot this. Thank you. Very nice. Open here. Energy saving mode. And a key. And then we've got another spell selection up here. Boomerang Blade. That's a fun one too. We might use that actually. Could use Boomerang Blade. You know what? I think Boomerang Blade is also an exciting one. Or we can stick with the Meteor. I haven't fully decided yet. We'll see what we get. We'll see what we get. I mean, that's the nice thing about roguelites. Roguelikes. Well, what's the distinction these days anyway? I remember when the genre kind of started first being named, there ended up being quite a discussion whether or not they are roguelikes or roguelites. I think these days we've just kind of settled on roguelike, right? Or maybe I am not educated enough. Hello there, buddy. Go ahead and shoot these down. We gotta be careful with these butterflies. Right? And then pick this up. Get some money. We get a potion. So we can have potions, up to 3 potions right now. We can use those. They have little temporary buffs. Do we have a key? We do have a key. Very nice. And a shop. We don't have much money, but maybe it is enough. There's Orbit. You know what? Let's re-roll this one. I'm looking for very specific things at this point. This is definitely something where you the listener, you the person that hasn't played this game before, you don't need to worry about getting very specific things. You just play, right? But I've kind of played this game for a while now, and you know how it is, right? After you start figuring out specific combos, you can't go back. And maybe I can give you a little bit of a, you know, guideline for if you want to try the game yourself. Alright, come here. Take these guys down. Thank you very much. And then there's just a couple of things. We're not too fussed about them. I've got 2 meteors now. Now, admittedly, what is this? This is a boss room. Okay. So, for the boss room, I'm a bit worried because our current setup, as fun as it is, isn't actually like that powerful, I have to say. Maybe we can make this work a little bit better. I mean, I have a lot of snakes. So with this, I just released double snake, which is nice. I can use this to lower my mana cost. And I could probably also just go into a scepter that has better mana consumption. And then this right here gives me some bonuses in that way. Spell duration doesn't really help. And this right here just lowers my mana costs. So if I come here, it's a pretty nice blast of damage, right? Should be okay. Let's give that a try. We are about to fight a boss, so we need to be a little careful. Right, we want to have an actual build going on. Hello there, buddy. Well, that was a good hit, wasn't it? I think maybe we can do better. What if we swap this out for... Oh, gotta be careful, gotta be careful, gotta be careful. Don't want to step in the poison. Oh yeah, that seems better. Alright, we took some damage. It's not ideal, but it happens, right? It happens. We have lots of fun pieces for all kinds of different builds, but we haven't actually gotten everything yet. So we don't actually have a build at this point. So what do we have here? We've got Restless Heart. Pretty good mana region. Pretty decent mana. And Star Strider, high mana. Good mana region too. Comes with a free spell. But this one has a much better cast interval and a slightly better cooldown. But I think I prefer this one. I'm not sure we will be using cast interval all that much. And I like having a free spell. That seems nice. And then we'll move everything that we have here right now in there. Maybe we can go like this. Use the boomerang blade. Oh, that seems like a good one. Yeah, that's a fun one, isn't it? We could even extend this with like something like that. Oh, look at that. That's cool. All right. We just kind of got to figure out how we're making it through these early stages here, right? But to be honest, this is not a game that's particularly complicated. I like that. Well, this is right here. I think this is a prime example of a game that does complexity really, really well. Because there is actually quite a lot to it, right? Figuring out all of the spells, how they work together. There's so much here. I bet there's lots of stuff that even the developers don't know about. But it is all very intuitive, and it just kind of lets you figure it out. You don't have to know this immediately. You can just slap some spells together and play. And even if your build isn't optimal, that's okay. You'll be learning slowly and progressively be making more powerful spells. Come here. Alright, so I'm not a big fan of this spell. Oh my god. We got mana absorption. We got an epic. So this is unbelievably rare. The one that casts spells restores 4 mana points when hitting enemies. That's crazy. Okay, so we have this now. We have mana absorption. I mean, we have to make a build with this now. Absolutely. I'm not entirely sure what kind of build we would be making with it. But we have to be making a build with it. I think with this, we just like slap everything in. Now I actually kind of regret that we didn't take a wand that has a higher fire interval. Because this is a huge amount of mana recovery, right? So we need to make sure that we're actually using that mana. There are lots of ways to use mana. Oh, there are lots of ways to use it. But we do need to kind of get them first. Let's maybe take these out. Just stick to the meteors. Alright. Yeah, we're doing some damage here. And take this down. So, spell knockback, increases damage dealt, displays enemy HP bars. Well, I guess let's get some HP bar information. That seems handy, doesn't it? Also, our head is funny now. Oh no. Okay, we'll take these guys down. So, I actually think we need to move this stuff around. One sec. We have to go into a different one that has lower cooldowns. Because as is, we are not using our mana. This seems better. Yeah. So this is an epic. Epics are very powerful, but they require you to actually be able to use them. It's very unusual that we got an epic spell this early. They are very rare. But I'm not gonna complain about it, right? We just need to figure out what we do with it now. Let's go over here. This is a bit of a secret room. Alright, so these are curses. And this is the item. Okay, let's see if we can get it. Alright, over here. Oh, I lost track of it. This one, maybe? Oh, we got cursed. Alright, let's try this. Oh, we got cursed again. Alright, well, at this point, we might as well pick it up. So, I do have one curse removal. Let's hope it hits this one. So, it's a shame. So, we still have reduces mana regeneration. It would be good to not have our mana regen reduced, but it is what it is. Alright, so we don't actually have much we can do here because we are missing gold. We gotta get some more gold. To be honest, our best play right now might actually be to not use the epic yet. We just don't have the tools for it. What you want for the epic is you want a lot of spell recursion, which there is plenty. Like, there's lots and lots of abilities that basically allow you to use your spells repeatedly through casting the spells. It's a bit wild, to be honest, what you can do. But for that, I need to actually have them, which I don't. Alright, we'll take this damage increase. Come over here. You know what? We're gonna just keep this simpler. Just go with the meteors for now. That seems like we'll be much more effective. Oh no. You can see the enemies do get quite a bit more intense as well. But that's, I think, that's just good. That's how it should be. Also, I don't know if you've been paying attention to the music, but I quite enjoy it. I'm a big fan of this, like, Luigi's Mansion style that's going on in the background. All right, time to figure out what we're doing, right? Do we have any triples? We do not have any triples. Okay, so re-rolling epics is possible, right? If we wanted to use a different epic, we could, but it costs 30 gold. Ooh, that's tricky, right? That's quite a lot. Let's start by re-rolling some of our garbage. This is not it. This is not what we're looking for. This is great. Cast the spell on the right at the completion of the spell on the left. So immediately what we can do here is we can duet and put in the mana absorption. Probably in this bottom slot here. And then if I do this... Oh, now we're talking. You see what I mean? It just suddenly takes off. Let's go ahead and do some more re-rolling then. We're mostly looking for powerful enablers, right? Simultaneous firing, no, this is not what we're looking for. Serial is good. We could use that for something. Quickly cast a spell on the right with 55% mana cost when the spell on the left is flying. So if you want to go like this, Oh, gotta be careful with that though. So that's probably not a great idea with the meteor, but we could maybe go with something like this. Wow, that's kind of gay. Well, look at that. That's nice, isn't it? That seems pretty effective. I think the meteor is probably likely still more damage. Also, actually, less mana consumption. So, come here, laser, butterfly, precise shot, a couple of rainbows. I mean, I wouldn't mind leveling those up. We get ourselves, let's get the core thunder out. So when we do this now, it splits at the end, which gives us more mana restoration and more spells. I'm actually not running out of mana doing this. That's wild. You know what? This seems like a good point to stop. Let's have a look at our potions really quick. So scale potion permanently alters your body size. We can either get bigger or smaller. We got bigger. That's unfortunate. We've got a horrible hybrid monster that we're creating. Oh no, I need to be really careful with these meteors. Yep. Especially with these snake-like enemies. They just kind of come charging at you. Okay. Maybe the meteors are a bit too violent against actual enemies. What else do we have? A boomerang blade? Ooh, that seems fun. Oh! Maybe a little too fun. Maybe a little too fun. Okay. We have survived. So. This gives us extra spell slots. This makes our wand automatic. Oh man, we've got crazy stuff going on. So we already have Duet, right? So I want to get Duet in just in case we can double it. Let's get this capacity stone. So what this does, a funny item, but if we equip it, you can see we now have more space. And that's great because that means we can put more things in here that we like. Although right now, I actually don't think there is anything in particular that we need. So let's just kind of keep our selection up there at the ready. All right, hello there, boss. Now, this guy is all about spamming summons, so we need to be a little careful. But funnily enough, I think with our current setup, that might be all right. Because we do just kind of have a lot of projectiles that are coming out. Yeah, come in here. Why not? Why not, buddy? Although, I gotta get some more damage. Let's maybe use this. Yeah, okay, that's good. That's better damage. That's for sure. Alright, we've killed the boss and take down you. Very nice. And then we heal up and see what's that. Thunderstorm. Oh, yes. We'll pick up... Well, there's actually some fun ones. There's Black Hole, there's Sword of Judgment, those are rares. I think I'll take the Thunderstorm and then let's maybe pick up the Sword of Judgment as well. So Thunderstorm is fun because now these cast that. And that may not look that impressive, but you'll see in a moment. It creates a Thunderstorm. Although that might use too much mana, actually. Oh dear. That sure uses a lot of mana, doesn't it? Oh, gotta be careful here. Yeah, the Thunderstorms are powerful, but they're actually too mana intensive for what we are trying to do. Let's maybe try out the Sword of Justice then. So this summons a little sword that just shoots at things, and oh, that seems to be the right amount of mana usage, and it is a very effective spell. I think we have found our setup for now. Very nice. And there's a little fella over there. Now, this isn't necessarily the most effective thing. I gotta be honest, I'm completely inexperienced with this epic. Hey, there's a lot to the game. Even in 16 hours, you won't see everything, and I think that's a great thing. Oh, no, I'm not gonna... Gotta be a little careful here. And, hello there. Yep, good. Doing damage. And generating mana while doing so. I mean, we are not running out of mana. And that's exactly what we're looking for. Oh no, I gotta be careful. You don't want to fall into these traps. That's for sure. Take these down. So you can see it's a good variety of different things. I don't know. I honestly don't have much criticism for this game. I just like it. I hope that's okay. I just think it's fine to sometimes like a game, right? Come here. Yeah, take down you guys. And then restore 5 HP upon entering a door. We're taking a lot of damage, so this seems like a good idea. Like these little centipede guys. There's a good amount of enemy variety too. Now, let me go ahead and say this right now. We might not win this run. If it doesn't happen, then that's just how it is, right? But don't worry. I've got a very nice, long gameplay session of this game coming too. Which is going to be another type of regular content we'll have on here. For games like this, games that I just enjoy and that I just want to recommend, we'll have these videos where I just kind of show it off a little bit like this. And then we'll have longer, more extended gameplay videos. Although even this video right now is already getting a little long. Oh, no! Well, I suppose that validates what I was saying. So we didn't make it all the way to the end. A run takes about 45 minutes. So, you know, we would have had a good bit of time to go. But I think you got to see what the game is, how it works. There's lots of wild stuff you can do. Over here, this is something I think is very cool. You can just kind of go ahead and build yourself something if you want, right? You can just build yourself a little setup. And if you want to, you can kind of try out all of the things that exist, right? And do all kinds of wild shenanigans. So, for example, what you can do, I'm gonna just like do a tiny little setup for you all, right? Just so I can show this off a little bit. We're gonna need... Oh, I need to select that they are higher level as well. Yeah. Let's get this. And I wanna probably... What are we using for damage? Gotta use something. Let's use black hole. That seems fun. Alright, so this is just a simple setup here. And bring this in here. So now I have created a wand that automatically shoots and homes at things, and I don't even have to do anything, right? Like, it's just a wand by itself on its own. And this is not even remotely close to the craziest stuff you can do, right? This is just a basic, simple little setup, but you can see that like that, without even my input, you can do quite a lot of damage. Anyway. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you are interested in trying out Magicraft. I've been having a lot of fun with it, and maybe you can tell me if you try it, right? I would be excited to hear what you think about it. If you're looking for a similar game, again, there is Noita. Noita is a side-scroller with very similar mechanics. It is a popular game. People that play Noita will let you know about it. And as I already mentioned, there will be a video coming soon as well where we just play this game for a little while, and I have some completed runs for you. So yeah, before I go though, let me show you one last little wild thing, what you can expect in that upcoming video. Alright friends, we find ourselves at the end of the game, very deep in the final chapters, and here's my current setup. I'm just kind of gonna try to explain it, but you can see that it's kind of crashing the game a little bit. So what I have is Arcane Nova, which doesn't really do much by itself, but what it does do is it releases the next spell that I have and just kind of like shoots it a whole bunch of times. And the spell that I have there is the Shadow Serpent, which is a spell, wait, let me just show this one off individually, which just releases this little snake, but we can modify the snake. For example, I can use tracking to make it so that when the snake goes where I want it to, the snake goes to my mouse, basically. But what I have instead of tracking is I am using automatic navigate. So what this does is it makes it so the snake goes to the enemy automatically, right? I don't have to do it. But then I also have a couple of other things. I have a lot of things that extend the duration of the spell. Some things that make it go faster. Although I should actually put this in here. That would be better. And then I have multicasting things. And so what happens now is when I cast my spell, when I cast Arcane Nova, it will then start releasing this giga buffed Shadow Serpent. And this looks like that. And it'll just spam it. It'll just spam it. But because of the incredibly long duration of the Serpent combined with the split, where after the Serpent ends, it releases into 5 smaller Serpents, this right here was me casting the spell once. I could cast it multiple times. It's just not necessarily a good idea. Like if I do that, like I've just cast it twice. You can see that I don't actually really have to do anything anymore. Like, the snakes just hunt everything down and the game just can really handle it. There's a video game underneath all of this. So I just thought this would be fun to show. I thought this would be something that you guys might appreciate. The late game of this particular video game gets a little bit wild. Okay, we need to be a little careful here. So I'm just kind of like focused entirely on my movement, and I'm actually not releasing all of my spells all the time. I'm not just like spamming my wand, because if I spam my wand, I actually just like can't play anymore. As you can see, I can't see what's happening. Am I dead? No! Oh man, I died because I couldn't see anything. Now a little bit that's on me, right? Because of course I could have played it a bit differently, done a different setup that doesn't crash the game, but it is fun, isn't it? Anyway, I just wanted to show you that. Well, when I say what you can expect, that isn't actually in the video. Wait, I'm not going to spoil the video, but that's the kind of thing you can expect. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.